It's Friday. We are at our job. It has been another tough week since the storm. It's been tough. It was tough before the storm because there's just a couple of us, but after the storm, we've really had some tough days, haven't we, David?
Yeah, real tough. Late nights.
Late nights. And I try to let the guys go as early as I can, but I never have an easy day. But David's had a lot of late nights too, out on jobs. But anyway, we're at this job. We're in Morganton. Shouldn't be too awful bad. Some strange angles on the tops, but as always, I cut the tops as big as I possibly can without putting any seams in it, so that it looks the best it can look for the customer. I just think they all look better without any seams. And we do have to finish dropping the cooktop. I've blocked it, you know, the way I always block it. You block it so you keep your stability in the stone. And you also block it so you're doing the minimum amount of cutting in the home. If you cut it all the way out at the shop, you lose your stability. If you don't block it and you cut all of it out at the home, then you do a lot of cutting in the home and you make a lot of dust. So it's the best of both worlds by blocking it. We have an undermount sink, and as you see, these doors, you really can't see it in the video, but as I go over top, you'll see what I'm talking about. It kind of sets back in here, so I'm hoping that doesn't give us too big of a deal on our sink. I think I changed the setback to 4.5, but we'll see. We may have to modify a little bit to make that work. If that's the case, that's what we'll do. Like always, I will show you any issues that we run into and also how we work through them. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. I'll answer it best I can, as long as you're nice and respectful with the way you ask it. Otherwise, we're going to get started on this. Like I told the customer, the average install is about 4.5 hours for us anyway. I don't know what it takes you guys, but I don't foresee this one taking that long. It is, it's about 1:30 right now. I was going to try to take that job that's canceled on us abruptly out after this one, but I don't think we're going to make it. It's a pretty big job, and I need to get it done, but I don't think we're going to be able to get it done today. Yep. So I'm going to set these templates up here, see how they fit. They're going to get tile afterwards. So anyways, we're going to get started. All right, guys, you guys have seen AJ in other videos. AJ's still learning a lot of this stuff, so I'm asking him questions on why we do certain things, so that if he ever comes out without me, or if it's just he and I and not David, that he knows what's going on and everything. We went over this template over here as to why we bring the template in and why we check it. We just film me so I can talk just for a second. So on this one, depending on the walls and the cabinet, you know, if they're shaped different, you know, if the back is larger than the front, that's going to mean the back of this stone is larger than the front. When we go to slide it in, it's going to get jammed up here and it's not going to work. And then, you know, if we don't check the template and we come in with the stone, then the stone weighs a lot more than the template, and we're liable to scratch the customer's property, and we're going to take it outside, we're going to lose time and all that. So we decided that that's the reason we bring this one in and check it. This one over here is a little bit different. I was asking AJ what's the reason to do this one. And since we just went over that one, thankfully he immediately understood what we was looking for and knew what to do. Excuse me. When you're wall to cabinet, wall to wall, or whatever, is when it's the most important to check your template, okay? With this one here, of course, we got wall, cabinet, all right? We got a piece of door trim right here. So, in a perfect world, you'd want to be able to come in with this L, bring it on the cart, roll it over on the cart, slide it all the way back against the wall flush, and then slide it in. But as it is, we've got this piece of door jamb here. Melissa always leaves us a bit of a gap in our template when we got wall to wall. She usually leaves the 1/8 inch on each side. Normally they're getting tile on the wall, they're getting backsplash or something like that. Plus we use a Color Max silicone caulk to put in there, which will blend it together. So there's options. Excuse me. So in pulling this one out, you can see on the template right here it says 1/8 inch gap. So Melissa left us an 1/8 inch gap. She probably templated on top of existing countertops as well, so you never can get it 100% perfect when you template on top of existing countertops. She does a real good job. She gets it very close, but unless you're Superman and have x-ray vision, you can't see everything on top of existing countertops. You just can't. But people don't want to go 2-3 weeks without a kitchen, so that's the way it's done. So we pull this out. All right, we're all the way against the cabinet here, and we slide back. We are clearing this, all right? But as it comes down, it gets pretty tight up on this, okay? So, will it make it through there? Maybe. 100% I can make it through there. Can I make it through there without scratching something up or damaging it? 50-50, all right? So what are our options? We have a couple. They're getting tile. I really don't want to take too much more off the stone, although we could, all right? Number 2, we can notch the wall back here so that the top will slide into the wall a little bit. Once we're coming out like that, now we got, I don't know, 3/8 to a 1/2 inch that we will gain until we get to the wood. Or we can pop this piece of trim off here. Those are our 3 options. I think our best option is just to go ahead and notch this drywall here. It's going to give us a little bit of play. If we do end up scuffing the trim a little bit, it looks like he's probably going to be painting over it anyway. So, you know, it'd be different if it was 100% totally finished. But he's getting tile. You know, he's going to be painting some stuff. So, although you don't want to damage customer's house, you know, if they're painting, it's all right if you take a little of the paint off or whatever. It's not the end of the world. But I think our best bet is to notch that right there. I think that'll cure all of our problems. And he's putting tile up, so it's going to cover everything, and that's our best option. So, as you can see, we went ahead and just notched the wall here. I keep a piece of stone in the truck. That way we can just mark and, you know how much to cut out. That way we're not just guessing. You'll have nails and screws in there. That's what Dave is working on, I guess, trying to get a nail out of there. If it gives them a hard time, I'll help them out with it. All right, guys, we got this big L in. My main concern is lowering it, not hitting this corner here. So we've slid the idling back. We've taped the trash bag in there because we're out of cooktop bags to catch the dust when we cut this out. But we're going to lower this and see how it goes. I'll show that is already like that before we put our top in there. This customer's very nice. I don't think he would try to blame us, but you just always want to watch stuff like that. All right, so everything is in place. We're just kind of getting everything squared up now. AJ's put this in and caulked it, siliconed it underneath, I guess. So you can't do any top caulking or anything right now until we do the cooktop cutout, because you get dust in the air and it'll get on any silicone or anything you put on. There is and that's why I'm recording this, so everybody understands. What's the word? I'm not good with coming up with the words. I forget. There's an order to how we do everything, and there's a reason for the order. Because if you clean and seal and do your caulking on top, and then you cut a cooktop, then you're going to be redoing that stuff all over again. So, there's certain things you don't do until the end. Guys, because this stone's black and it's very dense, I want to go ahead and use this piece of pipe here. I'll run a bead of silicone around it. That's going to be my watertight seal. I've already started my holes, that way I can align my bit in those holes, and I'm not going to skip around. So we're just going to put this over this like so. Pop her down there. And now we're going to pop us a little water in here. Take too much, and now we got us, you know, just a little reservoir there with water in it. And I'll let AJ or David one video a little bit while I drill in this just a bit. Y'all don't have to see the whole process, but you don't need a vacuum. Alright, we've got the first hole drilled for the faucet. Now we're going to work on the hole for the soap dispenser. I do got some wood mounted underneath here. I don't know if you saw when we was laying this island down. If you didn't watch the short, you can go on there and look, and you'll see at 2 1/4 inches from each side of the sink, I have a slit cut in there for our go clips. But unfortunately, the size of the cabinet opening and then the wood in the cabinet, just how it was built, prevent me from using the go clip. So I had to build a couple little T-brackets and put it in there, which is fine. It, you know, it works perfect. That's how we used to do it years ago before they come out with those go clips. But we may have to adjust it for the soap dispenser. Alright guys, we got the job finished. Just finished going over aftercare with the customer and just talking with them a little bit. We've been blessed lately with nice customers, and this was another one. So he's going to refinish his cabinets here, restain it. So we didn't put no silicone there, so don't give me a hard time in the comments about that. He's putting tile along the walls. He's already got it over there, so the island turned out great. Some odd angles on this island, but I think it looks really good. Of course, we put the dishwasher bracket in, hooked the ears up there. The cooktop, I don't know how many of y'all have cut out cooktops. Now, we don't have the customer bring the cooktop over to the shop. They send us the specs, and I cut it out to the specs. And these cooktops, a lot of times they have screws in them. And you'd be surprised how much those screws will be a pain in the butt. I went to test fit it like I always do, and of course the screws hit. So I did have to take an 1/8 inch out of the front and an 1/8 inch out of the left side of this cooktop to make it work. Just try to be as honest as I can in my video. So, you know, that I guess you would call that a mistake on my part. I've done it enough. I should have known better and made it just a little bigger. But on the flip side of that, you don't want your cooktop wobbling around and all that. You want it as tight as possible. So, you know, it didn't hurt to take an extra between 5 and 10 minutes to make the hole a little bigger. You run the vacuums, put your fan up, going out the window, and you don't make too big of a mess. But anyway, if you guys have any questions about anything you saw on here, just leave me a comment. I'll do my best to answer it. Didn't really have anything go terribly crazy wrong on this one. Nothing that we couldn't fix pretty quick and easy. And you know, we had a good customer to work with, and you know that makes a huge difference on a job. So guys, I'll see you on the next one. I'm gonna get my photos and I'm gonna get out of his hair. Y'all have a blessed day.